1. Hey everybody, I am Omega. Welcome back to the Day Night Show matches. I am casting tonight with Zero Lambda in not Heart of the Swarm, but Legacy of the Void 4. Bertrang versus Ottr 2. So, you two, I would like to ask tonight what your race, rank, and region are as always, but more importantly, what your favorite topping on dessert is. Bert, you can start us off.
Okay. My name is Bert. I play Terran on the North American server. Right now, I'm ranked silver because I've been playing some Legacy of the Void and some other games, so I haven't really been laddering up to gold like I wanted to. As well as next is just dessert topping, right? Or did I miss anything? Um, I would probably have to say caramel.
Oh, well, what form of it?
Oh, just like the nice what is it? The stuff that you put on ice cream. It comes in a little glass jar.
Oh,
Mrs.
okay.
Richards. Mrs. Richards.
So just like a caramel sauce type thing?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, cool. Ottr, your turn.
Right. Ottr. Play on the EU servers. Zerg. I should probably try and get my rank before season 2 ends. I will address that at some point. But I did make gold last season. I played 5 matches, got that.
Qualifies. It's not. That was like a month ago.
that totally counts.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
No, I've been lazy, so no rank. Dessert topping though, I've actually been thinking about that, and I can't think of a dessert that I actually like that I put a topping on, or anything I put a topping on. So I don't know.
That's right. You don't like ice cream, do you?
No,
No, I don't.
Well, that's a fair answer, I think. So you could even just, yeah, because you're just saying basically you don't add anything to stuff. That's fine. Favorite thing is not adding things. That's cool.
Yep.
That is a legitimate answer. But, all right, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to map vetoes. Now, the map pool for this is going to sound similar, but slightly different than Heart of the Swarm. It's Coda, Echo, Orbital Shipyard, Cactus Valley, Iron Fortress, Lurelak Crest, and Ruins of Ceres. If you were playing normally, you would also have Infernal Pools in there, but again, that is not part of the map pool we've agreed beforehand because doing vetoes with 8 maps is slightly weird. So, as always, message me inside StarCraft. It's kind of the same process, but like I'm gonna have to stare real hard at the bottom right and make sure that I don't like suddenly go dyslexic and get your names backwards and pick the wrong person. So, yard. Just message me with rock, paper, scissors.
Pro squints.
Okay. You guys tied on the first one, so go again. Okay, so Ottr wants, Ottr stayed on rock after the first tie, and Bert, sorry, about to say your other ID, went to scissors. So that means Ottr gets to pick first or second veto. What would you like to do?
I'll go ahead and veto Ruins of Ceres.
Okay.
I will veto Iron Fortress.
All right.
And I'm going to veto Lilac Crest?
Yep.
Lilac.
That is going to. Last one.
And we're sticking with 2 spawns. I'm going to take away Cactus Valley.
Okay, that leaves us with Coda, Echo, and Orbital Shipyard. What would you like to play on first, Ottr?
Let's go Echo.
Bert, second.
Orbital.
Okay. And Coda for third. All right, guys, that means we are ready to get started. So let me pass party lead over to 0 here,
Oh, I suppose.
which is what we do for a slightly stabler game, since we don't rely on my internet. But, yeah, so game 1 on Echo. We will not be using Game Heart. We'll have the ordinary interface, I believe. Unless we can just grab it out of the... Actually, not certain what interface packs I have in here. The WSS 2.2 is in there. Ooh, I'm going to try that. Oh, is Game Heart actually in it?
It is, and
Yes.
actually they have the interface in here too.
Oh, so they just preloaded everything in there. Good. Good move. Good move, Blizzard. You win this one. All right. Okay, guys. We, as always, remind you that after the game, you are welcome to come back, whether you win or lose. If you lose, it's an option. If you win, we really would like you to do that afterwards.
Huh?
And we will see you then. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, good luck.
So this is our first attempt at casting Legacy of the Void. That means that we're probably going to do some silly things on accident, and I'm not really apologizing for that. It's just going to happen. It's
Yep.
going to happen. It's going to be a fact.
And
There will be evidence of it recorded on the internet for all time.
I am going into a blind, so even better.
Okay. Well, remember that thing that happens at the beginning of the game where you build workers for a couple seconds before, like a minute before putting your first pylon down?
Yep, doesn't happen, right?
10 seconds and then it goes down. So that's effectively the biggest difference. Neither of these people are Protoss, which is what I'm familiar with. So I am actually completely lost in terms of this matchup. I haven't really watched it played much. Honestly, of all of the people even in this game, Ottr is probably the only one who's played enough to really know. So, but like when I say no, I mean like have even a general sense of what the strategy is. And that was probably before the patch. So, meh.
I'm excited to see this though. I've never seen a Void game played except those those demo videos they put out every once in a while.
Oh, you didn't watch any of the streams?
Nope, no streams, no nothing.
Oh,
So
okay,
I am
so-
completely blind. You can explain all you want, and I'll ask you fun questions because I don't know what the hell is going on.
Absolutely. First and most important thing going on is despite the fact that this mini-map, at least on my screen, appears to not have minerals in most of the bases, that isn't real. Just letting you know.
I think whoever spawns in the bottom of this map is going to have a sick advantage.
Yeah.
They can
I'm kidding. Yeah,
quickly
that's not-
quickly rush to the bottom left to see who can plant their base first.
That would be the dumbest game ever. Really.
Oh.
Right, okay, here.
Oh no.
The top left part of the map, we have our green Zerg player. It is none other than Ottr. You notice what I mean? Graphics seem slightly different.
A little bit, yeah, a little more bloomy. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
don't know what
Yeah.
they changed.
Oh, cool. So spawning, our opponent in the bottom right corner, the purple Protoss, or Terran player. It is Bertrang.
Okay, so you can see
My,
their builds have already gotten started. We have a refinery going down for Bert real early on. He's just going to continue his SCV production. And I think the general shape of things tend to be about the same. I mean, you start building your wall off. If you want to go for a fast expand, you can see that Bert's done that. That's not any different with Protoss either. And Otter's very quickly going into spawning pool and gas tech. You think you still usually see them pick up a natural. The only real difference now is because of the increased worker counts and how many more minerals are coming in. I think even if someone was going for an earlier pool attack, they'll still get a natural. You just can afford it. There's no reason not to do it.
Yeah, this is super crazy. I mean, they're already floating like 200 or 300 minerals.
Yep.
Not
First,
opting
natural
for-
has gone down. Minute 20 seconds have gone by. Bert's building a little bit more in terms of a wall off. He's already got a barracks down. We should actually see him at least consider starting a command center relatively soon.
Crazy. They've also reversed my drag scroll. It's a little backwards.
Yeah, and guys, if you're wondering, they fixed the minimap in the last patch. That's why we can even see anything on these yellow colors.
Oh, was it broken?
It was semi-transparent, and for whatever reason, whenever it was on top of yellow, it made everything almost invisible.
Ah.
And Blizzard took this as an interesting lesson. You'll notice that it's actually slightly easier to see individual dots next to a big dot now. They went and said, oh, cool, we like that. We're going to keep the slight transparency on individual dots, but we're going to make everything more solid so you can see it based on desert colors.
I'm blown away by this unit behind a
Yeah,
structure.
I've actually never noticed that, even though
with the glows, you can actually see them behind the border. That's amazing.
Yeah. Now here, I'm gonna point out something to you that blew my mind during the game you just casted. Okay, so look over here.
Huh?
Zoom in. This is where that ghost was standing.
Oh no!
That is a Protoss NPC.
It's what's her face from the campaign.
Yeah, that's not a statue. It moves.
Oh, nice.
I was like, what? When I saw that.
Nifty. So 10 Ling is coming out from Ottr. She's already got Ling speed on the way. There's a Reaper command center and a factory coming up from Bertrang.
He might have overteched a little bit here. It doesn't look like he's going to have really much in the way of defenses for this. And he doesn't have a full wall off either, so I think defending against this might be a little bit difficult, at least at first.
Yeah, especially with speed coming out. She's going to get nice surrounds, all that fun stuff as far as map control is concerned. She's going into roaches behind this.
Well, we do have some Reapers out, though. They will help out with this a little bit. They may have had delusions of going to scout the enemy base, but it's not happening here. And Ottr is being exceptionally good with the control there, keeping some Lings on the low ground so they took damage no matter what. There's still one Reaper in play, and it's kind of doing some defensive work here, but only doing so much. There's a lot of damage going down. Supply depot is going down. Worker or two has already gone down. This is an extremely rough situation for Bert. And on the back of this, Ottr is grabbing Lair as well as Roach Warren. So there is more pain to come.
He's going into orbital trying to reconstruct those two supply depots. He's got himself supply blocked, unfortunately. And these Lings, not... There we go. Moving straight up into the main base. 2 Marines here only. And they're targeting down this one Marine.
Yeah, with the workers pool, this should be relatively easy to hold off. There's still a lot of damage going down. We can even see it's actually still piling up on top of that. 10 workers almost essentially haven't gone down. And this is just a reality of things now. If you don't have that wall off up pretty quickly, basically I would say maybe like the barracks, at least the barracks should have been in the wall, and you're going to be in some trouble. Now on the upside, Bert does have one of the new units coming out, and that is the Cyclone. That will hold this and any other Ling push off for a little while. There's still a reality that he's very low on workers, though.
They're pretty good as a Cyclones, it is.
Ottr's already sprinting up to a third. You need to do this, or else you mine out actually by about 9 minutes on your main.
Yeah, it's starting to dwindle already. I mean, we're at 5 minute mark, and she's dropping a Spire.
This is an excellent move, especially once she sees these Cyclones down here. It's going to be even better then in her mind, because these things can't shoot air, so it's really, really the obvious thing to do to deal with them. You can see they're nowhere near as much damage as last time. Cyclones are tough.
Oh yeah, definitely. Looks like they've got a lot of health too. They're touting 200 HP.
200 HP, so they can take quite the beating. They have an insane range. They move pretty quickly, not like super quickly, but a decent clip. And yeah, engaging them is a pain in the butt, unless you have a lot of stuff. Speedlings are really good against them, though, if they don't have support. So if she was continuing to build Speedlings, these 2 Cyclones would just die very, very quickly. But of course, in this situation, since they're just going to roll up to the front here and there's some roaches, they can actually kite them all day and they will kill them all.
They take a little bit of micro too, is what I've heard. You've actually had to specifically target.
One of them's being special and targeting an egg. Oh, is it going to kill it? Holy crap! That's ridiculous.
Wow, looks like it is.
It cancels a roach.
Penetrating that armor there.
It does take a few seconds to retarget, but once they do, they can just keep guiding you. And those roaches are dead. They will not survive.
Crazy.
So how do you deal with this? Well, if you have Burrow, you can actually cancel both targeting. Throw her straight in the ground, back up, releases the targeting.
And this is exactly what he needs to get back in the game too, that ridiculous range on those roaches.
And for somebody asking, yeah, Liberator's live. So we might see those this game as well.
He's got a good 4 of these Cyclones. Roaches trying to chase. Not really doing so hot here.
Yeah, Otter's just having an insanely difficult time dealing with these things, and it's not a particularly huge surprise. Again, until Mutalisks come out. We see she's still building up to that. Once she has that Mutalisk tech, though, these things will be out of date.
Keeping the damaged one micro back. The mule up here trying to repair as these cyclones run around. He's, yeah, wait, come back here.
Again, I'm canceling units. Killing larvae. Very interesting strategy.
It's pretty good. They do a lot of damage to eggs. That's kind of scary.
There's the mutas, though. Starting to see them come up on the production tab. No, yeah, they just do a lot of damage to armored in general, as I recall. I don't know if they have any particular bonus to it when I think about it. But
just look at that range too. As I select them on the map, you got the whole radius.
yeah, it's essentially like almost, I think, a Tempest range. Not quite. It's still a little shorter. Maybe like original Colossus range. That is a unit you will never see in this, by the way. Once we start casting Protosses, it has 20% less damage and less range, so it's not as useful as time goes on as it used to be.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, Mutalisks will just kill these things. In the past, they would have killed the Mutalisks. You say Bird is not happy about this.
No, he's running his cyclones back. He's got plenty of marines though. I think if those mutas ever did duck in, they'd be in trouble.
The one thing that Bert's going to have a little bit of trouble with, though, is that he's still super far behind while Otter's kind of seriously doing these things. Run away, run away. There we go. But yeah, Bert is still down at 23 workers against the 59 of Otter. She's essentially a full economy setup. Just maybe needs to take an additional base, and maybe not, actually. Maybe not at all. Maybe she's about to win. Just GG. Yep.
Bird GG's. Cyclones couldn't save against Mutalisks there.
Nope. Though, you know, if he had pressed this advantage a little bit more there, it probably could have done some pretty serious economic damage. The problem, of course, was just the mutal follow-up, I think, at the end of the day.
Oh.
Nothing to deal with it.
I mean, if you look at the graph, too, I mean, both players were pretty even up until the mutas poofed. Very cool. Interesting look at the Cyclone there. That range is just silly range.
Yeah. No. So painful.
Oh, man.
Okay, Bert's reeling from that one, apparently. Aww.
No, so painful, he says.
No response from Ottr, but I will take the silence as no, I do not need a break. Next map is Orbital Shipyard.
Loading up the game hard interface. Blizzard was nice enough to include that for us there. Yeah, these games are much faster. I mean, we weren't trying to buy time in the beginning while they were building workers, and
that got essentially to the mid game. Yep. You would see Mutalisks any earlier, and this is pretty much the way things go. It's very weird to see a game past 20 minutes in this, unless both players are pretty good or really super passive.
Well, I'm actually happy to see that too, because that was a 30-minute long StarCraft game drains you so much.
Mentally, they still happen.
Yeah.
If the Terran goes mech and you as a Protoss player just don't know how to attack them, it's very realistically possible that you will sit there staring at each other for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Though, to be honest, I think that's just me being bad. I did win that game. I went up to Adept Carrier.
Ooh.
They did Adept Carrier with the shield upgrade. They did incredibly well against his Thor Cyclone.
Wow.
Very strange composition.
Thor Cyclone.
If he had built siege tanks, I would have been kind of dead. But, you know, or not siege tanks. He also didn't have a Liberator at the time. Liberator, I think he would have been able to beat the carriers pretty good.
Oh, moving into game 2. Orbital Shipyard. I've never seen this map. I really like the space tile set. I kind of wish that they had more maps with the space tile set and ladder.
To answer that question, Zero here, I think 9 minutes in Legacy of the Void is about 11 minutes. In general, only about a minute to 2 minutes was actually cut out just from the way the opening works. It's not a huge change, but it feels pretty good. Yeah, this tile set on this map is fancy.
Oh, yeah.
in the top right of the map, we have our purple Terran player. It is Bert.
And his opponent spawning at a bottom left corner of the map, the green Zerg player. It is Ottr.
So I'm actually curious about something. Have you ever watched DBZ Abridged?
Yes.
You have?
I
Are you
have.
current on it?
Nope. Season 1.
We should set up like a YouTube Zinc video like sometime this week and just catch up.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds
It's
good.
a good time. So
I
funny.
was more into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged stuff actually. That stuff was hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, and thankfully he still makes them. They just come out real super slow.
Yeah,
But
he's got a lot of other series he's been doing. Some of them about like pro wrestling, things like that. Little Karibo's his name on Twitter.
he's actually also does stuff with Team 4-Star. He's often an actor with the DBC Bridge stuff.
Oh yeah, no, his voices are great. As with the entire team.
Yeah, and that's essentially all the banter you get. By the way, so for the viewers, that's going to feel real bizarre. What do I mean? Because there's stuff to talk about in the game already. There's an expansion from Bert. He's doing essentially something similar to last time, but he has a tucked-in expansion, so this is a little bit easier to pull off. Ottr, at the same time, is doing a very similar build. She's grabbed pool, gas, going up to quick speed, and then we should see a hatchery on the back.
Should be done short time here.
I don't think we'll see the same damage in this game that we saw in the last one. Bert's making sure.
Yeah, no, he's he doesn't want that to happen a second time, and I don't blame him. And that's it's like being caught with your pants down, unfortunately.
It's actually one of the hardest things in StarCraft when you're not a Zerg player that you need to learn to adapt to, is just that early Ling attack getting in your base.
Yeah,
if it gets in your base, you can survive it. It's just real hard.
Yeah, my early game, definitely when I started on ladder, was pretty terrible with that. Ottr dropping her own hatch in the tucked-in base.
Conversely, if you're around silver and you're stuck there and you're a Zerg and you want to move up really fast, start doing really early Ling attacks. Not like 6 or 7 pool, just build 6 Lings and run over to his base and poke the front to see if there's a hole there. If there is, run in and kill like 4 or 5 workers. If you're lucky, he'll run everything around and won't mine for 2 minutes. And then he'll be kind of paralyzed after that. Like, you don't even really have to do much. Like, just rattle him a little bit and his macro will be gone for the rest of the game.
About to be done. These Lings coming out again about the same time. 5 seconds to 3 minute mark. Gonna move up and find the supply depot and be very disappointed.
Yep. The thing is, there are no units to protect it, though, so they are going to be able to gnaw their way through this. It's just going to take a little longer, and if there's no defenses here, as in if there's no SCV repair, they will make it in after Ottr works through the AI pathing. There we go. But yeah, Bert's got to run SCVs down here now, or they will break through.
There goes. Ooh, pulling a lot of them.
A little bit of an overreaction, but it will probably hold it. It's like campaign at this point. Oh, and there's a Marauder here. Okay, yeah, so he's defended this. He should run those back. However, immediately. Can't keep him here. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Marauder animations, too. Those are different.
The Marauder animations are different because they actually fire differently now. They're like zealots.
Oh.
They have 2 attacks that do small damage rather than 1 large attack.
Okay, interesting.
Well, it actually makes a huge difference because it nerfs them against ultras. They don't do anywhere near as much damage.
That's right. It doesn't double up on 1 attack, right? And
Right.
you don't get the double bonus.
So the armor bonus cuts into both attacks. It's like it's almost as if they doubled the armor of ultras against Marauders specifically.
Crazy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ottr, however, sees potential for a bust. He's grabbing that banding nest.
Picking up another extractor. Get more gas to support it, and 10 banelings morphing. Combat shield and stem probably aren't going to be complete for this attack, so this is going to be pretty rough to hold off, especially if she manages to blow down the front door.
There isn't really a lot to back it up, though. I think she needs some more Lings, especially if they end up mostly dying on the buildings at the units at the front. If she has a couple banelings left over, we should see a lot of damage against the worker line here. Oh, there's some more Lings. Good. Yeah, that's about the nice amount.
Bert's trying to pump units out as fast as he can.
I think he's getting a little bit maybe too upgrade heavy. Oh boy, here comes the attack. Couple of banelings stab before they get in, but the rest do make it into the army, and here come the Lings to surround and kill off everything. There isn't really a lot here yet, but it's going to be enough to do a huge amount of worker damage. So let's see if Bert can survive this time.
Lings moving in. Marauder's not very good against Lings here. Slow attacks and picking away at the workers.
Yeah. This Ling attack from Ottr, this stuff is, again, is very, very effective against some people. Though you'll notice it doesn't do as much damage as last time. 5 workers dead, yes, and 3 supply depot walls down. But because there's enough production here, he can move to repair this pretty quickly. But he does need to start throwing down some buildings just to create a new wall off, though.
Yep, he's
without that, these guys are going to die, or that'll run them back into the choke point. Run them back. Don't leave them there. Oh, well, there's no... Oh, this is going to hurt.
He's only about 6 or 7 workers behind Ottr as well at this point, so he's definitely got this solid.
Actually, yeah, since she's not like blowing past them trying to attack the workers, yeah, Marauders are beefy.
She's expanding behind us, and centrifugal hooks on the way, bailing speed, as well as a spire and more links. Lots more.
Yep. It looks like essentially the exact same game plan. And I'd say that's totally fine. And this is kind of a more realistic expectation of how you would see this going. Though, I mean, she did invest a lot into that Baneling bust, though. And what that's going to mean for her is less Mutalisks when she first gets them.
Drop in a factory. Lots of upgrades completing here. 1-1 for the Terran player.
That upgrade lead.
Upgrade lead. Feels good, man. Especially against Lings.
Both players actually need to expand here. Bert does as well. He may feel like he doesn't, because this is old StarCraft Heart of the Swarm instincts. But he's going to be mined out pretty quick here. You can even see a couple of the patches are about to disappear.
Yep, even on the natural base, they go quick. Minerals are... I believe they're lower in count, right?
Yeah,
compared
there's
to...
80 left on the lowest patches in the main now.
Wow. Crazy. So Ottr moving across the map again, bringing all these links, trying to, supply depot wall's gonna be just complete.
This is gonna be the death of a lot of lings that they run in there alone.
Yep, here they go.
Oh, yeah, back away. Good, yeah.
Back into the meat grinder.
The more high-level instincts there. Love that.
Picked off a worker on the on the bottom of the ramp.
Okay, wasn't totally well. Okay.
Oh, but this is scary here.
She still has 900 gas. I was about to say, odd choice given mutas. But mutas are, there'll be enough. She just needs to make some overlords and then bam.
Yep. I think these marauders may want to be up front.
Thing is, I think she can actually wait just a little bit. Maybe wait until the mutalisks are actually...
Oh, he's lowering the depots down! Oh, jeez.
Up and down. 3 depots go down as well as these... Oh, Bert's now supply block. That's a little scary. It's going to be on supply block in a second. If these Banelings hit the right target, for some reason they killed an add-on. Okay. Doesn't matter. Rest of the stuff is there. Bruised, kinda, but pretty much only Marauders left. So these mutalisks should be really effective.
Should be pretty good. 11 out, 24 lings on the way to supplement, and Bert's trying to pump out Marauders and Marines, but yep, very, very damaged Terran force here. No medevacs to heal. Waltzing across the map. This Overlord's gonna spy these on the way. Handy little scout there.
Oh yeah, Ultras do have more armor in general. So basically, Ultras are amazing against Bio. Now, just if you can get to them, they kill Bio. They're kind of like Colossus. So yeah, Lings and Mutalisks in a really bruised Bio Ball means that the Bio Ball is about to die. Really nice stutter stepping, but there's no anti-air left, so these Marauders are like, oh, why you gotta kill us like that?
Very hurt. He's trying to run away, but didn't quite make it.
Units lost tab reveals that both players have killed about the same amount of stuff. But I would say Otter's at a nice advantage right now. Not even just from the supply, of course, just the positioning of the economic development as well. She does need to get to a 4th soon, though. That is going to need that in a couple of minutes.
Upgrade, got cracklings coming on the way. And Mutalisks swinging up north of the map.
I believe this upgrade is more powerful now than it was in Heart of the Swarm, as I recall. We may not get to see it, though, as it looks like no one's in the problem for this army.
sidestep away from these lings, but they're just too fast.
Yeah, he maximized the trade as well as he could. More lings are coming in, though. He's canceled the third now. Ottr really almost doesn't even need to do any more than this. This is just an extremely scary position. Bert, it seems, is not going to be able to play with the Liberator. Not going to be able to see that. I think he was kind of trying to go toward it, but... GG's.
Yeah, Bert tapping out again. They're just too much there. Ottr takes it 2-0.
Really nicely timed attack for what she was going up against. Really really did well.
Your thing dropping knowledge here, it's actually plus 40% instead of plus 18.
Yeah, so they get scary. It's kind of like the effect that upgrade had back in Brood War, honestly.
That is just like, what?
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's insane. Now imagine that on Creep.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know. They're like little machine guns.
They're like Saiyans just blinking around and punching you to death.
Scary. Oh man. Well played though. Tried to hold it out there. First game, Cyclones almost took it, but second the Lings and Mutas were too much for the Bioforce. A little different pacing there. I think he was expecting a little slower game.
Sometimes I feel good about myself. I'm like, oh, awesome! I've spelled the sentence completely correct. Space. Oh.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You put a space after the apostrophe or something silly like that.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so welcome back, Ottr. First of all, congratulations on your victory. Welcome back, Bert.
Thanks.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and talk about the games here just like we always do. First off, we'll talk about Echo. We'll start from Bert's perspective, actually. What'd you think of that game?
It was painful. It was so painful. I knew that Zerg was going to put pressure early on, but I don't know. I was expecting that. I was expecting to be able to put up more defenses than what I was able to before she did it. But she just harassed me a bit, and then I tried to use my cyclones to kill a couple of her queens. But I already saw that she had her third, and she stopped my natural, so I pretty much knew it was over then. I just wanted to keep it going until I knew for sure.
You almost had a pretty good thing going there, though, for a few moments. Those things killed like 12 roaches and 2 queens and a few workers, and apparently they have enough DPS to kill a roach before it builds. Not a thing I knew.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We got to see that demonstrated.
Those things, like, they blow through those eggs. So, wow, it didn't take any time at all.
Indeed. So, game 1, from your perspective, Ottr.
I'm not sure. Like I mentioned before earlier, I was kind of just winging most of this. But I did have a friend tell me I need to be more aggressive. So I completely forgot I started with 12 drones. It's like, oh, I have drones. I can do stuff. So I decided to try and be kind of annoying, and I guess it sort of worked a little bit. I was not expecting to lose that many roaches to the whatever killed the roaches. Those things were cool.
Yes, the cyclones. Believe it or not, cyclones actually make burrow great. Because when you have burrow, you can break the lock on.
Oh.
Because essentially your unit doesn't exist, the cyclone, for a few seconds unless they have detection.
That's good to know.
Yeah. For some reason, that doesn't work with adept blink. If they blink in front of them, they're like, nope, still know where you are. But yeah, that and basically anything that teleports the unit or briefly makes it invisible can break the cyclone link, or getting out of their vision radius in general. We'll do it now. Unlike the past. But yeah, no, those units are very, very strong. No doubt about it. And I mean, I think no one disputes the power of a good Ling attack at the right time either. But yeah, I think the Mutalisk follow-up was a really good idea, honestly, given that situation. Though it seemed like that was your overall game plan. Am I correct on that?
What?
Was that your overall game plan, though, to just go to Mutalisks after that?
I I don't know. I never get to make mutas. I usually prefer hydras.
Hmm.
But I got yelled at for not making mutas. So, all right, fine, I'll make mutas. So
Okay.
I did, and they seem to work pretty well. And I wasn't. I don't know. I was just going to make a couple and just sort of be annoying with them. But I actually was looking at the temperature thing on my computer there, and it hit 109. So I was like, I should probably just make a lot of these and end this fast.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, you might. They did update it. You might want to check and make sure they didn't like pump up all the graphic settings really high.
Ooh,
That might be why that happened.
that's an excellent point.
But cool. Yeah, glad your computer didn't explode.
I'm very happy to.
So game 2, Bert. Kind of, a little bit better with Orbital. You have a tucked in natural, so that was going a little bit better at the beginning. Let's talk about that one.
Yeah, I decided to go first thing CC because what you can get it as Terran, I think within like the first 32 seconds you can build your expansions. I'm like, I'll just go straight CC, try and get an up on economy over her because last time, she out econned me, so I decided to do that. And then I'm like, okay, I need units to defend. I know she's going to switch to mutas, and mutas are my Achilles heel. I should have mixed in mines, but I was stupid, and I just went for Marine Marauder mix. And I didn't put one of my reactored barracks in my control group, so I wasn't pumping out as many Marines as I could have been
Oh
for
no.
solid 4 minutes.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had that happen as a Protoss player though. You'll like one of the things I've always done is I'll use W to warp in stuff. That's actually bad. You might not think it's bad. You might think it's a feature, but it's actually bad because if you have a couple gateways that you haven't turned into warp gates, they don't appear on the W.
Mm-hmm.
So you
yeah.
can go for 10 minutes and not notice that you don't have two of your gateways working. And you'll be like, oh, that's bad. Fix it. You're messing with your hotkeys, and then something blows up when you're not looking. But that's unfortunate, dude. No, but the games were interesting to watch. I mean, they happened really, really quickly, and yeah,
Yeah,
gotta say.
it's definitely weird to get accustomed to because you used to like sitting back and kind of psyching yourself up as you're building workers. Like, okay, I can do this, I can do that, but you start off with what 12?
Yeah, you have to jump right on in.
Yeah, you have to be like right on top of your build. So I noticed that the refinery just right like that. You have enough minerals right away. You drop your refinery, and you're already
It's
in the
not as
barracks.
bad as you might think because inevitably the first part of your build is always going to be the same anyway. Just build the supply thing
Yeah.
so you don't get supply blocked. And you get the exact same amount of time to do that as you did in Heart of the Swarm.
Mm-hmm.
But the tricky thing is if you want to go for a super fast expand, you kind of need to decide right away. So yeah, I agree. Not having a game plan in this one, a lot harder to do.
Yeah, no, because
Yeah.
I mean, I know myself, especially on ladder and stuff. I don't really decide what I'm gonna do on the loading screen. It's more like I'm in it, and you're feeling the game at that point. Kind
Yeah.
of what you want to do, but you don't have that time anymore.
Yeah, you adapt though. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Especially because you can just get through games so quickly if you
Mhm.
want.
Yeah, I mean, you
That
could.
it's like
It looks like you can play through about 2 or 3 of them in span of a half an hour, depending
yeah,
on how it
and
goes.
I would say 3 macro games, and if you're rushing, you can do 6.
Wow.
I've played like at those 4 Gate Adept games that I was playing. I got 6 of them in an hour.
Nuts.
It's like Hearthstone.
Yeah, pretty much. Cool. No, I like those games. That's kind of interesting to look at. I actually I have never seen any Legacy games played. I haven't watched streams, anything. I've just seen previews of the units and stuff on the subreddit. So
Yeah. For anybody who's in the beta and wants something to copy, here is a resource that you might appreciate. It is this thing. There's not a ton of replays on it. I'll put this in the Twitch chat as well. But you can find pro replays on here, or at least high-level replays from a variety of different races, and give you kind of a cool idea of what kind of openers you'll see.
oh yeah, get kind of a feel for especially what's going to be thrown at you, because a lot of people pay attention to the pro scene and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
Cool. Handy little tool.
It's pretty much just ladder games, ultimately. But there isn't a ton. But it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, almost lost Bert there.
Oh, we did.
No.
Oh, Bert. Oh, Bert.
Okay. Well, hopefully he'll be back soon. In any case, what's our last match for tonight? Ghost Gambit versus ZRQ. That is going to be happening in about 30 minutes or so. Oh, this call dropped. Hey, he's back.
I broke the internet. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Well, good news is we're essentially done with this interview part, unless you guys had anything else you wanted to throw in here at the end.
Yep. Anything? Anybody? Nope.
Okay, just checking. Like I said, we're going to be having one more match tonight, ZRQ versus Ghost Gambit, that will happen in about 30 minutes. So we're going to take a break and see you guys then.
All right. Catch you guys soon.